Hi, I'm Alex Macmillan of Success Moves. Thank you for watching this video. I'll go through, in the spoken word now, the job description. It's quite long. I want to give you a thorough idea of what Success Moves is about. We're quite unique as a company in our marketplace. How we structure and remunerate our own people, our partners, is also quite unique. So I want you to have a thorough idea of what you would be getting into and if it fits right for you. So we use it for filtering to make sure we get the right people and to not waste your time if it's not what you're looking for and you're looking for something completely different. We're looking for self-employed executives that would largely be working remote. We used to have an office and we went remote before the pandemic. And we're looking for those executives to have a background in all sorts of sectors, because we'd quite probably use that as a sector expertise for our recruitment operations. So it's part of our branding that we have senior people, very experienced people, which works for us, and that they know the industries and the types of companies that they're advising and consulting to. It really helps sell our products and service, as the service they get from the recruitment industry is really quite limited, so we're taking it beyond there and it works for us. We're offering very in-demand products. Post-pandemic, the recruitment industry is booming. There are more vacancies now in the UK than there's been in my lifetime, but they're in certain sectors and there's some pockets of niches where it's all happening, and knowing where the opportunities are is quite an art to get into. We focus on certain types of companies. Those with money might sound obvious, but we like them to have money to pay us, that they're in growth industries so that they recruit with us all the time for ongoing, and exclusive with us. Very rarely do we not work on a retain, that means a deposit up front before we start work basis, of which you get paid on that, of course. Let me tell you a bit about the company. We have various products that are specialist. We have GRIP, for example, which is very GRIP, Guaranteed Replacement Interview Program, which really means that we give a 12-month payment spread and replacement guarantee. Both of those factors are extremely popular. It's easy to sell. I just said it what it is in one sentence. Easy to sell and very popular. The payment spread gives them cash flow, which they're short of at the moment. The replacement guarantee is anybody recruiting is always nervous that somebody leaves in 3 or 4 months without producing very much or very little, and they've just spent a big recruitment fee and all the rest of it on it. So, and it's not just the financial aspect of that, it's that we're putting our money where our mouth is, that we're guaranteeing the people that we place means that we're doing a professional job. So that's very popular. We have others. We run recruitment days. We do specialist things in various sales areas. We recruit for IT, technical people, marketing people, accountants, whatever professions. We tend to specialize in high growth SMEs and have people. We pay for a lot of our advertising on job boards, which obviously covers all the areas. So we're recruitment experts, not experts on the particular job we recruit for. We have a great remuneration program. If you're looking for high income and to build wealth, I'll explain that later in the video, and in the writing you'll see an earnings matrix where I've worked out the potential income for somebody below average and above average, and you will start to see the patterns in there of how building up a portfolio of clients can actually become very lucrative for you. There's many growth sectors now in the economy. Anything IT, tech, web, online related is doing well. Pharmaceuticals is doing well. Home improvements is doing well. All sorts of industries are doing well, and some are just building up again post-pandemic. So there's lots of opportunities out there. And as I say, we focus on those with the money because we, at the end of the day, want to be paid very nicely. We provide quite a bit of marketing support now, quite a bit more than most companies that I've seen. We have full-time lead generators working for us. We do social media marketing. We do recruitment funnels. We have ebook giveaways to market and get people interested and connecting with us. We have all sorts of things on the marketing side and SEO and all of these technical areas to help us to get known in our markets. But at the end of the day, social media and so forth, marketing can help, but people need somebody to talk to in the recruitment arena before they really go ahead. So we do all of that. When you start, your LinkedIn profile is quite important these days in business. It's absolutely key, and we'll help you set that up as, within a niche. We'll help you design a niche and to make your LinkedIn profile a lead and candidate magnet, to generate those leads in that niche. Okay. We'll even, once you get going, design your own recruitment funnels and chatbots. So all of this will be done, and there's no cost to you or anything of this. We do this all as you build up. We tend to build those after somebody's made their first deal to make sure that they're with us for the long term and that we're not wasting our money. But, to be honest, this is going to be a hard job in month one. And it's a hard job in month one because, like any job, you're new to it. You're a very senior executive probably, and you're back to trainee where you're asking basic questions. That, it's not ideal. It's not the pleasant thing. You want to be the expert on something. But it only takes a while and to be told once, our various deals and certain aspects of the recruitment industry. Some people dawdle on and stretch that out. The real way to do it is work very hard in the first month and get it behind you so that you know all that stuff. You've done all the key learning you've got to do. You've made your first deal, and it's all starts to become downhill, and you're progressing. And your work quality improves, and quality of lifestyle, as your income will certainly rapidly develop. The rewards are actually quite tremendous, and later on I explain why they're quite so tremendous, and you will see that effectively you're building an own business and actually building an asset, a financial asset that you can sell with us, all for putting no money in. And that's why the remuneration can be so high. But it won't be high for anyone who doesn't get going. The foundation is absolutely key. The first month, the first quarter, building a solid foundation on which to build. There's 4 elements to it. Everything that you do, you will be paid 50% on. So any client that's deposited, money, you get 50% of it. Any sale, 50%. That's simple. Doing it. On top of that, as a leader, we'll very rapidly want you to build your own team in your own niche, and you might have some ideas where that would want to be. It's not compulsory. If you take that low, we will recruit the people for you. You don't even have to do it, although please feel free to introduce people. And you'll get a 10% override on anything they earn. So, that's effectively 5% of the sale as they're being paid 50%. And the third element that you're paid is when you develop them as leaders, you will still get a full 10% on the people that they're managing and leading. So you're helping as well indirectly. So yes, the company's paying 10% out on that second level of person, but the maths work out. So it's quite a generous formula as you're building up. The company actually spends all of the difference on, apart from the trading costs, on marketing to develop leads, and leads, by the way, both for clients and candidates for you. We're doing. Now, the fourth element of your income is you actually own that portfolio of clients and that you're servicing and building up. So you can sell that to another partner, or you can sell it to the company itself. It has an asset. It'll have a semi-passive and passive income element to it. We are only building up clients that have long-term repeat business and passive income to us. So we've done a lot of thought on that. You are, by the way, free to employ somebody else to work with you. Might be it might be a husband and wife team, might be a partner in business. You can do it that way. We actively encourage that, because we find with remote work at home, 2 people get motivated a lot easier than 1. So that really does work for us, and it's the choice. So you may like to consider that. Right. We find the sort of person who succeeds with us, particularly working remote, is the sort of person that really wanted their own business, probably had their own business, been a freelancer, been self-employed, understands the difference. You've probably got some understanding of, what that might mean, because, although the company does all the VAT, tax and legal side and terms and conditions, all of that is totally covered, you're still effectively running your own business as you're building up that portfolio and doing it. And that appeals to some people that want to be independent, want to actually make a lot more money, and realise that they can build an asset as well with us, and that motivates. If you're thinking more short term and you just want a high basic to cover your costs that you've got to cover in the next 3 months, we're definitely not for you. Lots of jobs we recruit for that are in that category, but it's not how we're structured. It's not the business model of Success Moves. In the day-to-day role, initially we will help you to get your LinkedIn profile, to get clients coming your way in your niche and promote that niche. We'll teach you how to do that. As soon as you've even got your first deal, you will have availability to the lead generation services that we supply you leads and help build that niche. We just need to know that we're not wasting our time and money on it, and then we will build that up. So you're doing that initially, helping to get established, learning the business. We do trainings every week. We also do a 4-star hotel training every month, the second Friday of every month, usually in the Radisson Edwardian on Bath Road at Heathrow, and overseas people can zoom in through a laptop link. We're doing it. And by the way, if you're abroad, we'll build you a team and run events abroad. That's not a problem doing it. Then as soon as you've got clients, you're servicing those clients and advising them on the best way to structure. And this is why, again, we need seasoned executives who have got the knowledge to fall back on to come over with intelligent solutions and in touch with what's happening in a very rapidly changing world, and to supply the people. We do all the advertising for that. We've got recruitment coordinators who place the adverts, but you're the front man to the client that is actually processing and placing. And we teach you all of that, and we handhold you through all of that until you're totally familiar with it. But you're the front man and the deliverer in there. Most people find recruitment really quite fun. Finding somebody a job is really quite satisfying, and we're paid very highly for it. The margins on recruitment are very high indeed. The average cost of a recruit is not even 5% of what we're actually charging, which is why we can afford to pay ourselves quite well. And it is an opportunity for somebody to make a lot of money, but it's not for everyone. And recruitment's all about people, and people, let's face it, are unreliable. If you sell a computer system, there's a good chance the computer works, not always, but recruitment tends to have some issues with it, which is why people pay a lot to get it right and to do it. So we'll look for people who are money hungry, motivated to make serious money. They've got clear goals about that. They've also got a personality, because we've found that however good your sales skills are, people still like a personality and crack a joke and have a bit of humour sometimes. Above all, I think you might have read a book, A Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad fame of Robert Kiyosaki. And in the description, I go through the 4 types of ways of making money he describes, which, just quickly over that, is the E for employee, S for self-employed, B for business owner, and I for investor. Now, the more you go up the quadrant, the more you get wealthy, and it's better to move up there. So we're looking self-employed, so we're moving people. In the E quadrant, you get a nice basic, and you've got your short term, you've got security. That's the motive there. I've got bills to pay, I need a basic. Type thinking people are employees, and in return, of course, they give the profits of their work to whoever owns the business they're working for. So they have a job. The self-employed person is doing better, they own a job and get a much better percentage on it for the risk of, if you don't produce, you don't get paid. Of course, the employee, if they don't produce, just get fired. So some could argue that it's always better. The B, though, is where it gets serious. You own a system that makes you money. And that's what I'm trying to achieve here with my partners that we're building up into the business. A system that makes you money, that's not dependent on your input all of the time. And ultimately, to get, an I is where money works for you in compounds. So once you build up your portfolio, that you're really an investor in an asset that you can milk, sell, value, do whatever you like with. And if you haven't read his book, Robert Kiyosaki, I strongly suggest you do, because it makes a lot of sense in very simple language. So, okay, if you are interested in what I'm offering here, what I'd like to do is Zoom interview you. And if that goes well on both sides, we do every month a full day training on the second Friday of each month. That's pretty much compulsory. You wouldn't really be in a situation to go ahead much without doing that. So we need a real commitment that you're going to attend that day. And we try to do the Zooms the week before so that Friday is not too difficult to attend. So move anything else so that you can do the second Friday. But we look for 100% commitment. We found that people with 99% that will try their best fail. We have a word in the recruitment business, drifters. There's a hell of a lot of people drift from opportunity to opportunity, looking for that perfect opportunity, and each one is not quite right. What they fail to realise is actually a lot of the opportunities are great. It's them that's absolutely key, their attitude and commitment, not the opportunity itself. So there's a lot of other opportunities out there, including this one, but you're the missing ingredient. It's what you bring to it, your attitude, commitment, and pressure. As we know in sales, the more pressure, the more they produce. So we find, frankly, that with our placements, that the more basic you pay, the less pressure, which means the less productivity. But that pressure, if you're under pressure, got money, you've got to make some money. This tends to work because people get moving and they've got a potential to solve their financial problems and get totally free financially. And that's what we're really offering. I'm on the same formula. Every profit the company makes is plowed back into it, and we're all equal partners according to what we bring in. Our formula is the same, so we're all paid according to how we actually help make sales, deliver to those sales, build a team, manage and motivate that team, our contribution to the business as a whole. So it's a business opportunity with no costs involved from your side, under our umbrella, which is a proven, established business with, post this pandemic and all the changes, a lot of formidable opportunities. So if you want to make 100% commitment, I will return that and guarantee your success if you follow our system and our trainings and instruction on. I will guarantee your success with it. So I'll match that 100%. So I hope to see you on a Zoom, and I hope to see you at the trainings and in the future in the Success Moves team. Thank you very much for listening.